What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Vince McMahon has lost his mind and has a new girlfriend, are Triple H and Vince McMahon on good terms, John Cena's final Smackdown, Matt Riddle accuses AJ Lee, Roger Jackson ready to be arrested, a former WWE champion never returning, another huge return on SmackDown, a new Mysterio family member wrestling, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at Vince McMahon has lost his mind and has a new girlfriend. Now, our top story today takes a look at details of Vince McMahon's 80th birthday party and how the eccentric former WWE chairman decided to throw one of the more unique birthday parties in recent memory. One of the names in attendance was The Godfather, and despite the majority of names refusing to say anything about what occurred during the party, The Godfather spilled the beans, and according to the man himself on his podcast, numerous names were in attendance and the mysterious musical guest was none other than Jelly Roll. I'm not going to mention everybody who was there, but of course, Taker was there, and Kane was there, and Bradshaw was there. We had a good time. Cena was there. A lot of entertainers were there. Jelly Roll performed. The Godfather then revealed that McMahon, for whatever reason, was dressed in a Dr. Evil style suit, and he was introducing people to his new girlfriend. I'm like, Vince, thank you for inviting me. Goes Charles, I just want you to know there's nobody here that's not my true friend. And we talked for a second, and then we walked in, but he had on like a Dr. Evil suit. I didn't want to say it to him, but first of all, he looked better than what I've seen in pictures of him lately. He looks a lot better than that. He's walking a lot better than that. He introduced me to his girlfriend or whatever she was. But I thought, Dr. Evil? You're Dr. Evil? Now, if that wasn't weird enough, Teddy Long, during an interview with Sportskeeda, has also shared details from McMahon's birthday, and Long revealed that McMahon decided to wear a headset as if his birthday party was a live WWE taping. You never know with Vince. I've watched him a little bit before the birthday party got started. Kevin Dunn was there and Vince had his headset on, which reminded me of him at TV walking around and doing his thing. I think it was great for him too because he was like back at work. He loves this. It was great watching him maneuver and see some of the stuff he did on TV. He was back at work and that did a lot for him. And McMahon evidently misses running WWE, and perhaps producing an extravagant birthday party was his way of being able to manage an important event once more. He definitely wanted to go back to those good old days in WWE. But are Vince McMahon and Triple H on good terms? There's been a lot of speculation surrounding the status of Vince McMahon and Triple H's relationship, especially since Triple H basically took over McMahon's position in WWE. However, it does appear that the two are on good terms, so much so that the game was in attendance at McMahon's 80th birthday. Teddy Long was the one who revealed this during his interview with Sportskeeda, and Long wanted to clarify that whilst Triple H was in attendance, Stephanie McMahon was not present. Think what you will of that. Next up, John Cena's final Smackdown. Now, Cena only has a handful of WWE dates before he fully retires from wrestling. Whilst John Cena is advertised for tomorrow's SmackDown, WrestleVotes is reporting that this could be his final SmackDown ever. We're told some within WWE are quietly expecting tomorrow night to be John Cena's final SmackDown. According to a source with only 7 remaining dates left and just 2 yet to be announced, it's unlikely another will be a SmackDown event, meaning Cena will have debuted and ended his run on the blue brand in the very same building, Chicago's All-State Arena. Now, if this is really John Cena's final SmackDown, what a poetic ending. Next up, Matt Riddle goes off on fans. It was only a matter of time before Matt Riddle clapped back at recent claims. Yesterday, Cultaholic reported that Riddle no-showed a charity event. Naturally, this led to significant backlash being directed towards the former WWE star. And now Riddle has taken to X to share his side of the story, and in his first video, Riddle claimed that he was booked on a flight for Thursday, which was an issue as the show was on Sunday.
GWK, the reason I didn't go is because you booked me a flight for Thursday for a show that was happening Sunday, and you said you were booking me meet and greets, other matches, and appearances. You did none of that. I had nothing scheduled, and I was going to sit in a hotel room for 2 days in London. I told you multiple times I can't do that or wouldn't do that, and I got work for Friday and Saturday. And Thursday. I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I told you I'd fly to London Saturday evening. You said you paid for it. I go, no, you paid for it. Take it out of my pay. Whatever. You guys refused. So I flew to Miami and wrestled there. All right? I never said I wouldn't pay you guys back. That's a lie. Also, this show wasn't a charity event. That's a lie. That was a last second change. You also booked me the worst flight in history, bro. Middle seat, no meal, no trick bag. GWK, this is probably your last run.
Riddle would then follow this up with a second video on X, which didn't paint him in the best light. In the second video, Riddle would go absolutely off on fans, claiming that they were morons, and he even decided to brag about his success on OnlyFans.
But I really don't give a fuck anymore. Most of you motherfuckers are dumb fucking, just like when you believe that Me Too bullshit, all the other garbage. You guys are all dumb. And it's insane. It's insane. You believe these creeps? Ugh. Whatever, dog. At the end of the day, I'm going to keep getting booked. I'm probably going to start fighting again. I'm probably going to do a lot of other crushing on OnlyFans because I've got a big you know what. And I'm nice as dude.
Contrary to Riddle's claims, it has been confirmed by Al Snow, who is helping produce the show, that the event was indeed a charity show. Riddle would then be replaced at the event by Grado, and Grado was a name that stepped in at the last minute, and the wrestling veteran took a 5-hour drive just so he could make the event. The man that Matt Riddle was supposed to face, Simon Miller, also made a comment on social media about the whole situation. As my inbox has blown up, all I know about the weekend is I arrived at the GWK show, got told Riddle wasn't there, was informed Grado would be the replacement, and got excited as Grado's the man. I have nothing else I can report. I was mainly concerned for the fans, but seemingly everyone got taken care of. Always the most important part. I wasn't going to mention it, but people are now saying I leaked this information. I certainly did not. That isn't and never will be my bag. Thanks to all of those who came down and were super nice. Appreciate you all. Now, it has actually been confirmed by GWK that Matt Riddle has now paid back the deposit that was sent to him. But Matt Riddle went a little too far and accused AJ Lee. Now, Matt Riddle has some real beef with CM Punk, and it's now escalated even further as Riddle decided to use his interview with TMZ not just to bury Punk once again, but to also take aim at his real-life wife, AJ Lee. First of all, Riddle would call Punk a creep and claim that he's been lingering around the NXT locker room a little too much around Cora Jade specifically. I think he's fake and I think he's a creep. I don't know, I feel like he's just lingering around the NXT locker room a little too much. There's a lot of things about him. He has like Cora Jade as his daughter and everything, and everybody he kind of oversees. Riddle would then discuss AJ Lee, and he claimed that she slept around during her time in the company. I mean, to be fair, I'm not the one to talk. I'm a little effed up myself, but she did get around from what I heard. But no disrespect to that. Hey, it's whatever. People like to hook up, and if that's the worst thing she did, whatever dude, I've done it too. Riddle definitely has gone way too far with these comments, and fans are quite rightly calling Riddle out to apologize as soon as possible. It's one thing to have an issue with CM Punk for seemingly no reason, but it's another issue altogether to accuse his wife of conduct of this nature, especially since he wasn't even around at the time when AJ Lee was present in WWE. It's kind of easy to see why WWE have cut ties with Riddle, as there's problem after problem when it comes to him. Next up, a former WWE champion is never returning. Ronda Rousey had two distinct runs in WWE. Her first run between 2018 to 19 received universal praise, and a lot of fans were taken aback at how good she was in the ring. However, her second run from 2022 to 2023 was less than stellar, and Rousey was often accused of phoning it in by fans. Rousey has now discussed their WWE future. During an appearance on the Laps Fan podcast, Rousey stated that she's absolutely done with WWE and she won't be returning. Pretty much, I'd say so. I got into WWE because I wanted to be able to wrestle with my girls. You know, the 4 horsewomen, and be able to wrestle with my friends. And they kinda dangled that carrot for my whole run and never let it happen. And then the second run, they kept dangling it. And then by the end of it, I was like, I'm effing leaving unless I can wrestle with Shayna Baszler. And that's how I was able to do it all. Rousey ventured into Ring of Honor for a one-off match since her WWE exit, but other than that, pro wrestling has seemingly been put behind her indefinitely. Next up, Roger Jackson ready to be arrested. Quentin Rampage Jackson recently revealed on the Ariel Helwani show that it's only a matter of time before an arrest warrant is issued for his son Roger Jackson. According to Rampage, Roger is still likely at home, and the family is now waiting for law enforcement to make the next move. While he does admit he isn't planning to hand him over, he still sees that legal consequences are inevitable. Despite the severity of the incident, complete with video evidence and eyewitnesses, no arrest has actually been made yet, but with the mounting pressure, the warrant seems forthcoming. Rampage has certainly made it clear that his role as a father still compels him to support his son, even if he grapples with disappointment and the reality of looming legal action. Next up is a new Mysterio joining wrestling. Rey Mysterio's daughter, earlier Mysterio, had a brief appearance on WWE television in a non-wrestling role, as she was embroiled in the Mysterio family drama. She then left television and focused on her academic ambitions. However, she could be stepping into the ring, and this time as a wrestler. Hosted by Natalya and Tyson Kidd, she was spotted at the Dungeon 2.0 along with other wrestlers, including her father Rey Mysterio, Natalya, Kidd, Apollo Crews, Angelo Dawkins, B-Fab, and others. Natalya captured the moment with a heartfelt Instagram post saying, "An insane night of training in the dungeon. Nights like this set my soul on fire, so much passion and generations of wrestling in one room." Now also in attendance were the two sons of legendary wrestler Tatanka. Next up, another huge return on SmackDown. A WWE champion Cody Rhodes has been out of action since Drew McIntyre took him out of action. Rhodes has been away filming the new Street Fighter movie, and whilst little is known about how long he has left to film, there are a few clues that Rhodes could be returning to WWE television as soon as tomorrow night on SmackDown. Firstly, the ever-reliable Corey Hayes of Body Slam is actively teasing a Rhodes return via X. Secondly, Rhodes is currently advertised to appear on the show on the All-State Arena website. However, it's also worth noting that on WWE.com's list of advertised names for the show, Rhodes has been removed. Is this because WWE wants to keep Rhodes' comeback under wraps, or is it possible that due to CM Punk and John Cena and potentially AJ Lee being on the show, they want to wait until next week's show to bring Rhodes back into the mix? WWE has just over 2 weeks to build up to their WrestlePalooza show, with WWE seemingly treating the show like a mini WrestleMania. The WWE title match between Rhodes and McIntyre needs significant build, and it would be totally nonsensical to expect McIntyre to build this huge match by himself. And finally, WWE planning a huge show. Our final story today takes a look at the next country to receive a WWE event, and it could be the country that WWE has actually rarely visited. According to a new report from Fightful Select, they're considering running a show in China, with Hong Kong being discussed as a location for a future premium live event. A major market has been discussed internally for a WWE return as they expand. WWE could be returning to China if some have their way. Fightful Selection Rossap has learned that numerous people of influence within WWE have pushed for WWE to hold a major event in China in the coming years. Specifically, we've heard Hong Kong mentioned as a location, with a PLE event discussed internally within WWE as a possibility. Fightful Select has heard about these pushes for a number of months. The report also adds that WWE have only ever had 8 events in the country, and they haven't had a single show there since the COVID-19 pandemic. WWE have only ran 8 events in China ever, with all but 2 emanating from Shanghai. It became something of a September tradition between 2016 and 2019 to go there, but that was all halted in large part due to the COVID pandemic of 2020. The company hasn't had an event there since. But one of the best things about TKO's takeover is that WWE are finally putting the first W back in their name. Every single year they're going all around the world and delivering major events to fans that rarely got to see WWE live. These events are resulting in major financial success for the company, so it's definitely easy to see why they're so keen to expand in other countries such as China. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.